Hello, everybody. It's Stacy and Sandy here, and we are working on prepping for our Monday night call and thought that you might like to have a little peek behind the scenes. And I'm really looking forward to this week's topic, and Stacy brings a whole lot of expertise to this topic. So, Stacy, I'm going to let you kind of take it away.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sandy. So first off, I want to mention that this is for a lifestyle masterclass, and this is a Monday evening call that we do a group coaching session. It's really affordable, it's really results oriented, and it's a lot of fun. We have a great group of women, and we just have these fantastic calls every Monday night. They're just really inspiring, they're motivating, they're fun. But yes, this Monday night, we do various topics. And this Monday night, we are doing, is there too much sugar in your diet? And we're really going to explore the idea that sugar is really, there's a lot more sugar in people's diet than they even realize. And the reason that I say that is because it's in a lot of sneaky places they wouldn't even suspect, like enhanced waters. You were mentioning your protein powder has sugar.
Right.
These breakfast bars, cereals, oatmeals.
Pasta sauce.
Yes.
Pasta sauce.
Absolutely. Pasta sauce. All sorts of condiments. So there are even some mustards that have sugar. So it's not that, we're vilifying, anything in moderation, of course. But the bottom line is, this could be one of those sneaky reasons that you weigh more than you want to weigh, or even that you're having some mysterious symptom,
Right.
So, if you really, really want to look your best, feel your best, have that great digestion, beat that bloat, really have to start thinking about what the reality of how much sugar are you consuming. And I'll let everyone in on our funny secret. We were actually taping this a few moments ago, and my husband just inadvertently walked in the room, and of course we started cracking up. But what we were saying was really crucial at that time before we were so rudely interrupted. So we had to start over, and we didn't think he'd want to be in the video. But anyway, we were saying that we're not really talking about natural sugar like the lactose in dairy or the fructose in fruit, not high fructose corn syrup, of course, but just the fructose in a whole piece of fruit. And really there's been studies on things like fructose, and they know that eating a lot of it, getting a higher concentration of it does not harm your health. It can actually enhance your health. Whereas when you get a lot of fructose that's man-made, like the high fructose corn syrup, that is damaging.
Right.
So it's
Stacey, I'm curious, do you find with your clients, many of them, are they tuned into this, or is this something that you have to help them uncover kind of the symptoms they might be looking out for, like mood swings?
It's a really, really good question. I would say the majority of the people that I work with are not really even aware that those symptoms that they just learned to live with has something to do with their diet. And sugar is just a part of the picture.
Right.
How about yourself?
Yeah, I think I would agree with that it's a process of elimination and figuring out if it is the sugar that's creating the issue or the other types of things that we've talked about on other calls.
Yeah.
And so really kind of doing almost an elimination to figure out where we're at, and then setting that baseline.
Yes.
And moving from there. So, and once they determine that they want to try to bring those sugar levels down, then really helping them kind of sleuth out where are these sugars and how do they hide in recipes or nutrition labels. And that's really what you were just speaking to, is how do I know if it's a sugar that is, you know, I guess if you look at foods with a red light, a green light, or a yellow light, you know, how do I know where to categorize them? And that's where I think a lot of the learning happens.
I agree. And that's really where the lifestyle lies, you know, in just, you know, kind of taking things at face value. Like, one of the things that I recommend is, if you're going to have sugar, just be intentional about it. Mm-hmm. Have that treat, have that piece of chocolate, have that ooey gooey dessert, whatever it is, but at least be aware of how much sugar is in there and use your sugar wisely. So in other words, it should be a treat, not, you know, a 10 times a day occurrence. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it gets back to like a basic skill that you and I discuss with people, and that's really tracking. Just really understanding, you know, how many carbohydrates am I actually eating? Mm-hmm. You know, am I eating a high carb diet without even realizing it? Like, you could cut the bread, or you could go vegetarian. That's another really good example. You could cut certain things and think that you're doing all the right things. But the reality is, unless you really have the awareness that it takes, that only a tracker can bring you, you mm-hmm. don't actually know.
Right. Right. So where all do you think our call will go tomorrow night, or Monday night, excuse me, and what do you anticipate? What do you hope to have our members leave after that call knowing?
So I'm going to be giving them a bunch of guidelines, pretty specific guidelines about maybe number of grams per serving, strategies to help cut the sugar, strategies to help live a more balanced life when it comes to sugar intake. Mm-hmm. I'm also going to be really anxious to hear about what their thoughts are. One of the things that I love about our group coaching is just all the brilliance that comes out. I mean, right. Our clients, they know their stuff too, and they are really eager to share.
Right, right. And I love that, the way they do share and help with tips. And I love, we've seen even when we've talked about, you know, certain clients that rely on maybe some artificial sweeteners or things to help them bridge. And that knowledge of what even that artificial sweetener is doing in their body, and working to change that. Again, another topic that we've discussed in other calls.
Ad nauseam, right?
Yeah, and figuring out, you know, through sharing with other members. So how do you do this, you know?
Exactly. And recognizing that artificial sweeteners, and we said that originally when we were videotaping before my husband walked in, artificial sweeteners is definitely an area that I think a lot of people are not that aware of the effects on their body. So, you know, kind of taking a little bit of a deeper dive into, you know, where's the threshold on a healthy amount of artificial sweetener, and that might be a personal thing, but I have an opinion on that as well. And, you know, what are the effects of artificial sweeteners on your body? Are they like sugar? So we're going to be answering those questions and kind of, you know, coming up with a bunch of strategies really to manage sugar.
Great. Good. So lots of information, lots of sharing, lots of strategies, and then some goal setting if they believe that sugar is a little bit too ubiquitous in their diet.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, we'll all be setting, you know, some goals, setting an intention for how we want to manage it, and even if it's just being a little bit more aware that week.
Right, right. So hopefully, if it's one of our current members who's watching this right now, they're going to have their interest piqued and be ready for that call. And if it's someone, if you're watching this and you're thinking, wow, that's a topic I'm interested in, we will put in the comments below this how you can contact us if you're interested in joining the Lifestyle Masterclass group, kind of our inner circle, and getting in on all the good things going on. And the cool thing to know that I don't think Stacy mentioned at the top of this recording is that, like tomorrow night, I can't be on the call, but I can always dial in and listen. So anybody who can't make the call live, know that it's there all saved in a library, and you just dial a phone number at your leisure. I usually do it when I'm out running. I just put the earbuds in, hit that phone number, and I listen to the call. And it's kind of funny. I'm sure people wonder why I stop and giggle sometimes, but
there's that lady. She's talking to herself again.
Crazy lady, yeah. So, but it works. So, hope to see you on the call. Thanks, Stacy. Nice.
For sure. And yeah, I just want to mention that the calls are Monday evenings at 7:30. So if you're at all interested, go ahead, click on the link in the comments, and you can be part of Lifestyle Masterclass.
Fantastic. Thank
all
you.
Right. Guys, share it with anyone you think might want it.
Yep. Sounds good. The more the merrier.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sandy.